Have you ever been watching a video game romance develop and felt confused, disinterested, maybe disconnected? Well, same. Some video game couples have sparks, some have tension, but these couples though, they have none of these things. Today, we're gonna break down the video game romances that leave players staring blankly at the screen, wondering if they're missing something. Spoiler, you're not missing something. The chemistry was just never there to begin with, and these are some not so well done couples. Let's dive in. Up first is John and Abigail Marston from the Red Dead Redemption games. From the earlier-ish days of their relationship in Red Dead Redemption 2, all the way to their domestic life in the first Red Dead Redemption, John and Abigail have been tumultuous. To put it nicely, their entire relationship feels like two people who are trying really hard to convince us and themselves that this is working when it's clearly not.
Come on, John, please try.
Try what?
It's no secret that John literally abandoned Abigail and their son Jack, and even when he is around, these two communicate with all of the warmth of two people who can barely stand each other.
We could be happy, John.
Bank loans? I got a goddamn price on my head, woman.
I know all about that. Every time we about to get somewhere, make something, you go and show the entire world that you ain't Jimmy Milton. Every place we've been has been the same. We start doing okay and then boom, you act like the big man with the gun.
Abigail is constantly frustrated with John's brand of irresponsibility while she's trying to commit to the whole quiet, stable farm life. Meanwhile, John's out here getting into trouble, disappearing for days, and it's heavily implied that he's been unfaithful to her. Match made in heaven, right? And as if their chemistry wasn't already so apparently flawed, Red Dead Redemption 2 casually drops the fact that Abigail and Arthur had something going on in the past. Something that honestly had way more chemistry in a few lines of dialogue than Abigail and John are capable of squeezing out in 2 full games. Arthur treats Abigail with more kindness, respect, and emotional presence than John ever really manages, which makes this romance feel even stranger. Why are we pushing so hard for something that just doesn't seem to fit? Next up is Cole Phelps and Elsa Lichtmann from LA Noire. The issue with this relationship isn't even the affair itself. Video games have had much messier love stories. The real problem is how it's handled, because it plays such an important role, apparently, in the story, and yet it's not given the full attention and development that you would expect for something like that. The game barely lets you into Cole's personal life throughout the entire story, and then, surprise, he's having an affair, and his affair is suddenly a major plot point. And on top of that, there is really no development leading up to it. One moment, everything is strictly professional, and the next, they're in a full-blown love affair. This kind of story development will have you thinking you accidentally skipped a few cutscenes. You didn't, it's just not there. There's no build-up, there's no groundwork, not even any real chemistry building between the two. It just happens quite abruptly, which all adds to the feeling that this relationship wasn't so much written as it was dropped into the story. Let's talk about Ethan and Madison from Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is an intense and unique game that gives players a surprising amount of control over how their story plays out, which means some lucky players manage to largely avoid this romance subplot, and honestly, congratulations to them, truly, because this relationship feels so unnatural. Ethan and Madison are basically drowning in trauma, danger, and enough emotional pressure to entirely crush them. You'd think that romance and, some of the stuff that often comes with romance would be the last thing either of them is concerned with. But apparently not, because somehow their relationship develops at lightning speed. The game is convinced that these two have a deep, meaningful connection, but...
By the way, you never told me your name.
Ethan.
Be careful, Ethan.
Do they? Do they really? Because from the player's perspective, it feels more like two strangers who are bonding over mutually terrible life positions, which is way different than a healthy romantic relationship. And then Heavy Rain takes it all to the next level by making their romance scene very interactive. Very interactive. I'm just gonna leave this one at that. Our next couple is Markus and North from Detroit Become Human. Much like Ethan and Madison, Markus and North apparently decide that the perfect time to fall in love is during one of the most dangerous, chaotic, and high-stakes periods of their entire existence, when they are also discovering themselves and learning who they are. I guess nothing says romance like an existential crisis and constant moral peril, right? And just like that Heavy Rain duo, this relationship basically materializes out of thin air. One moment they're working alongside each other, leading an android uprising, and the next, the game is pushing them to be together whether you like it or not. Mind you, we've really not seen anything at this point to suggest that this relationship is something that either of them actually wants. To make things even more complicated, their motivations don't even line up. North is much more violent in her approach, while though it's up to the player, Markus can be played as much more of a pacifist. There's tension there, for sure, but not the kind that I think that the developers probably wanted for a romance subplot. Finally, we have Michael and Amanda from Grand Theft Auto 5. Michael and Amanda feel like two people who have absolutely nothing in common. I guess unless mutual resentment counts. Seriously though, how did these two ever end up together? Because from what the game shows us, their entire relationship is just constant conflict, sprinkled with a very generous amount of mutual cheating.
Nothing happened. It was a misunderstanding.
The brick in my bed.
Which naturally circles back into even more cheating and conflict. Their relationship is basically a feedback loop of misery and sadness. Their house doesn't even feel like a home. It feels more like a sadness and anger container. You can practically feel the unhappiness in the air, even through the screen. And you can't escape it because it actually directly kicks off major plot points. For example, Michael storming off to confront Amanda's tennis coach sets off a whole series of main events. And look, I get it, it's just a video game, but honestly, why are these two even together at this point? It's fine to be single, especially if the alternative is this. After looking at all these disasters, I think that we've probably all come to the same conclusion that maybe being single isn't so bad after all. It's always interesting to find relationships in video games that are almost emotionally draining to see play out, and so I'm happy that they are just fictional and that we can step away. Let's talk in the comments about any other romances that come to mind for you that you feel like lacked chemistry, the build-up didn't make sense, really just video game romances that you didn't feel like were very good. We can emotionally support each other through this process. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.